Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another video on Starseed Academy. My name is Jenny, coming to you today with a November energy report. So ignore those guys over there because I haven't put away my Halloween decorations yet. It's happening shortly. Okay, so I want to jump right in, but before I do, I want to remind you to like this video and subscribe here for new videos every Sunday. Come over to Instagram and follow me for different kinds of content, lots of reels and posts happening over there. Link is in the bio. And then if you want to work with me a little bit more personally, one-to-one, links are in the bio of how to do that and how to join the Starseed Academy membership, which is such an amazing place. Okay, so we're going to jump right in, so get ready. So the first point here for the November energy report is that eclipse season is ending. Okay, so thank God, because that was wild. So during eclipse season, we were experiencing like waves of intense energy. And it almost felt like these waves were coming from within us. Like it was like stuff rising up, rising up, rising up. These were all of your old insecurities about like being left out, not being seen and heard, not being like maybe stuff that originated younger in like your friend groups, in school, in relationships, all of like the old kind of like toxic thinking that you would put on yourself about how you weren't good enough, how you weren't, as great as this other person, or always comparing yourself to this other person. And then when it came to romantic relationships, a lot of the stuff that was waving up was old fears and insecurities, jealousy and attachment, the things that really trigger you in relationships, whatever that may be. Okay, so lots of stuff that came up was around relationships, but that could have been friendships, family, coworkers, romantic. It was all very relationship focused during that Scorpio eclipse. Eclipse season ends Tuesday, November 8th, and it goes out with a bang with a big full moon. Okay, so obviously the days leading up to and after will also experience like this really intense energy on November 8th. But let that be the culmination of everything that rose up and finally letting it go. In fact, I'm actually doing in the Starseed Academy membership group on Tuesday, we are doing a full moon eclipse ritual where we are going to be setting this really powerful intention where we're letting go of all of that stuff, all of that icky stuff that got stirred and brought to the surface, letting all of that go, and then really moving forward with this empowerment energy and like reclaiming our power, reclaiming ourselves, and replacing all of those old, outdated, limiting beliefs with like a lot more powerful beliefs that support us. Like you should be supported by your belief systems, not a slave to them. So if you want to join in on that ritual that we'll be doing, that's on Tuesday. You can join the Starseed Academy membership group through the link. Okay, so let's jump back into this November energy report. So eclipse season ending. Okay, let's set that aside. So November is a month of breakthroughs and shifting. You are shifting, you are having these breakthroughs. So it's to those souls who are willing to push past their comfort zone. Okay, because a lot of us are frozen or really just like comfy in this little bubble, and we never kind of go outside of that. And again, this can be any area of your life, relationships, but this could definitely be with like work, business ideas. It could even be your own spiritual awakening. Like if you're keeping yourself small due to like fears, afraid to connect, afraid to reach out, afraid to take action, afraid to be seen, any kinds of fears that are keeping you small and limited, it's on you to push past your comfort zone. Okay, it is on you to take that first step, right? And that can be a baby step. It doesn't have to be some giant thing like, oh, I just started a huge business page. It can be a smaller step, like I'm gonna do a post about this download I'm receiving, or I'm gonna film my first video for YouTube, or I'm gonna reach out to this person that I felt a connection with and just see what's up, and be authentic, vulnerable, or I'm going to say within a friendship or to a parent, you know what, this pattern that we've been having go over and over and over, I want to talk about it. Let's face this head on. Let's move past this. Let's grow together. Like, or even in your own routines, like where are you keeping yourself small? Where do you need to push past your comfort zone? So to those souls that are willing to push past their comfort zone and take an action step, okay, take one action step, they are going to be the ones that are experiencing these breakthroughs. Okay, so I want to use myself as an example right now because in the October energy report that we were hearing from Spirit that what we needed to do was get the support systems in place because the energy was going to get insane. And that certainly happened, especially during the eclipse portion of time. So I was saying in that video that I was personally working on, because I'm working on stuff too, we're all working on stuff. I was kind of trying to hold myself accountable that I was really working on developing a morning routine where I was prioritizing myself before my work, before my day, putting myself first, whether that be, meditation or exercise or journaling, whatever that was. And this is the first week that I really got it figured out. Like I was kind of like wobbling all month where I would, during the week I would get this morning and that morning, but not all of them. And I was kind of like, oh, hit and miss, hit and miss, hit and miss. But that's how something starts. That's how you start a routine or a new pattern or a new habit, something healthy by like, okay, it's going to be a little inconsistent at first, but then you're going to hit your stride. So I finally hit my stride and I have been carving out time in the morning for myself consistently, where I am exercising, then meditating, and then journaling. And I have to say the difference is huge, okay, in my balance. Okay, now at the end of the day, I'm not extremely drained, overwhelmed, like emotional, like all of the things from being so tired because I didn't fill my own cup first. So now, and also a really beautiful, unexpected bonus is I kind of like feel like myself again, like that old spark, of if I remember like when I first started filming YouTube videos, how excited I was to film content, how excited I was to just like talk to people about the things that I knew to be true. And it's like that old feeling again, where I've got like these like pages upon pages of downloads and ideas, and like the energy is like, okay, we are flowing here. This is going to be so good for me personally and for my business. Of course, you can't separate personal life and business life because one mirrors the other. So if you're like keeping yourself small personally, that will be reflected in your bank account, in your business, in every area of your life. So it is everything. It's every area of your life, but it starts with your relationship with yourself. Your relationship with you is the basis and the foundation of every other relationship, including work, money, food, your relationship with people and things. Okay. So to those souls that are willing to push past their comfort zone, for me, that was getting up early. I'm not a morning person. I pushed past my comfort zone when I took that action and I started to prioritize myself and balance. Okay. So it's about taking action and prioritizing yourself and balance. To those people, they are going to be experiencing major breakthroughs and major shifts happening. And this can look like, I saw a vision when this part came through. The words are cracking your limiting beliefs, but what it looked like when I saw it was when I do work for people on their pineal gland, which is like deep at the center of your brain. A lot of the time there's like a calcification. Have you heard of that? Where your actual pineal gland can become calcified. Why that's bad is your pineal gland is like the hub for your psychic centers. So your claircognizance, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, all of those energy cords get anchored to your pineal gland, and it is the translator for all of those. For instance, if you didn't have your pineal gland connected to your clairvoyance, then you might be receiving visions and have absolutely no idea what they mean, or seeing things and you're like, I don't know what this is. The pineal gland is like the translator, it translates the language of the spiritual realm and the energetic worlds to something that we can understand as humans. The human brain is a computer, and this is the translator piece. So if the pineal gland is like super caked in like chemicals from like, using, products that are filled with chemicals, eating food that is filled with preservatives, fluoride, anything really harsh, even in your cleaning supplies, anything, it absorbs into your body and it gets, for some reason, like sucked in or magnetized to the pineal gland and creates this like calcification crust. So when I saw cracking limiting beliefs, it was a picture of a pineal gland, like the crust around it cracking and falling away. And then there was this beautiful pink pineal gland, which is just pink, flexible, and like it can move and flow. So then I understood from that vision that this isn't just about cracking through limiting beliefs. This is about cracking through blocks that are holding you back from your gifts. Okay, so this is what I mean. Like, this month is so filled with breakthroughs in so many different areas of your life, but you just have to take action. Take a step towards your dreams and your goals to see the miracles. And they will rush in to support you and meet you there, but you do have to take that step first. Okay, so not only are we cracking away limiting beliefs, blocks, and things, resistance, and things that are keeping us small, but there's also going to be a dawning new light perception. So like, and the vision for this was like when the sunbeam just comes down perfectly through the clouds and it just like, bathes you in this beautiful light. It's like this dawning new light of who you are, the perception around yourself and who you are, seeing yourself clearly, seeing who you are, seeing clearly your path, who you are, what you really want, what you came here to do, and so determined to make it happen. Like, this month is so powerful. This is like, ooh, okay, now we're getting the train rolling. Like, oh, stuff is happening. Okay, stuff has been happening in the background of you, and it's about to come through to the foreground, where you're really seeing this shift in your life. Okay, in yourself first, and then into your life. So, seeing clearly who you really are, what you really want, and figuring out, how am I going to make this happen? Because I am not going to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, the same routine. Maybe you're getting up, going to a 9-to-5 job, coming home, totally drained and exhausted from the energies and the people there and the empty work and all of the things. And now all you have the energy to do is barely, maybe tidy up, make some food, sit down, and you're done. You're gonna veg out now, chill out now, and kind of space out for the rest of the night. And then you just repeat that times infinity, maybe for years. Maybe this has been going on, and it's like, so these breakthroughs, these shifts are available for those who are willing to get unstuck. Okay, they are not for people that are choosing to stay stuck. Those people are going to have a different experience, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But those people that now are starting to see it clearly. It's like somebody shone a light on your situation. You're like, why am I still doing it this way? Why am I doing this? It does not need to be this hard. I do not need to suffer. I am this like sovereign creator being. And it's like this empowerment coming back. It's like, wait a minute. And you just grab the power back for yourself. And you take that and you go with it. Okay. Those people, such big energy happening. And I feel so excited because I see myself in that group of people that are really pushing past their comfort zone. Even when I just love my warm bed in the morning, and I do not like getting up early, and all of the reasons that I can think of in my mind why it's okay for me to stay in bed. And I'm still pushing through that old habit because I was keeping myself small, right? And getting up earlier and setting aside time where I don't allow myself to work for a couple of hours. I need to do my things. I need to stretch, exercise, meditate, journal, have some breakfast, say good morning to the cats, whatever needs to happen. That's for me. And that's become like sacred. And I know I'm starting to look forward to it, which is crazy because that's so not me. I would just rather sleep till I absolutely had to get up. But if I can change something that I've been doing for my entire life, you can change and shift. Okay, let's talk about the other group of people, what they might be experiencing. Okay, so those that are choosing to stay stuck. So these are the people that are unwilling to look at it, right? Like, you're not even willing to look at it. Like, somebody tries to tell you about like manifestation or empowering yourself, and you're like, no, doesn't work. No. Or somebody wants to talk to you about maybe a spiritual awakening and like magic and how we are magic and miracles happen. No, miracles don't happen every day. No, I'm not magic. No, I don't have gifts. No, I'm just comfortable. I'm just comfortable complaining and being really negative, and this is life. So I'm just going to deal with it. It's like, to those people that are choosing, because I would use the word, now you're choosing to stay stuck. You're choosing not to look at the truth and the reality of your situation around you. Those people are going to get very, very uncomfortable this month in November, because these energies their soul is going to percolate from within and urge them so much to wake up, have a look at your life, reassess. And so they're going to keep trying to ignore it, and it's going to get to this place where the only word that I could say is they're just going to be overwhelmed. They're going to be overwhelmed by what's rising up within them that wants to be looked at, and they keep refusing to look at it. It's just going to become like a pressure cooker situation where it's just the steam and the pressure and the whistling noise and everything is going off inside of it. And you're just like, what is going on, right? So if that's happening for you, if you are feeling overwhelmed, you might be one of those people that needs to have a breakdown in order to have a breakthrough. Now, you don't have to do it this way. I think a lot of us, because the beginning of our spiritual journey was so difficult, we would have breakdowns, we would spiral downwards, and then that would lead to a breakthrough and an expansion. And we would say, oh, I'm releasing, or I'm doing whatever. And it's like, we don't have to play into those cycles so much anymore. Though sometimes, yes, that's the old energy is going to come through. You don't have to break down every time you want to have a breakthrough. You can determinedly just look at your situation and decide, I'm choosing to shift this now, and ask for guidance, ask for help, ask to be shown. And when you're shown even the smallest little sliver of a soul nudge of a maybe step to take, you take it. You don't ask, you don't wait, you don't delay, you take it. Okay, if that even might help me, go. And then the universe is like, oh, okay, your higher self, your guy. All right, new energy here. Let's see what happens if we give her or him step 2. Let's just see. Maybe they'll fall back into their old patterns, back into the comfort zone, or maybe not. And then when you start acting differently, you get different results. And I'm telling you, like, as soon as you step out of your comfort zone, you're like, oh, I got to do this. I got to try. If I don't try, I'll always wonder. Stuff starts to happen for you. Okay. The support rushes in. So if you are not willing to you're not ready to get outside your comfort zone, you're not willing to look yet, you've been really stubbornly stuck in things that are not for your highest good, you're going to feel really uncomfortable this month and pretty overwhelmed. And it very potentially could lead to a breakdown, but that breakdown is hopefully going to be the staircase, the escalator to your breakthrough. But to those people that are ready to really just like look at their lives and themselves a little bit more honestly of where they can do better, and then take any kind of baby step towards that, big shifts, big breakthroughs, big miracles. And these are lasting shifts, because what came through also was that 2023 is a year of empowerment. So the shifts that you're creating November, December is leading to a new you in the new year, honestly. And I know that people say, oh, new year, new me. This is real. This is like energetically shifting to a point where you are different inside, okay? And then your life can only reflect something different to you, because our lives are always a reflection of our inner state, okay? So, and remember, manifestation can't be surface level. Manifestation is not about I'm just going to speak affirmations and create a vision board and hold this crystal and it's all going to just arrive in my lap. Manifestation is deeper than that. It's about shifting your state of being into one that matches the future or the outside life that you want. All right. So if you want freedom and abundance, then you need to become it inside. And that's what I'm talking about. That's how big these shifts are. And you can become it. You can vibrate at the frequency of freedom and abundance and excitement. And you can do it to create it. Okay. So these lasting shifts are going to take us into the new year. The New Year's theme is empowerment. I love that. I forget what this year's theme was. I know I said it in a video here. I think it was expansion. And now, oh yeah, I just got chills. So it must have been. So expansion going to empowerment. I love that. That's the theme of 2023. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about 2023 now. Just a little sneak preview. You know, I'll do a full video, but little sneak preview. In 2023, the ones of us that are like, we're raring to go, we're making the moves, we're shifting, we're having the breakthroughs. There is going to be a great unplugging from the 3D systems and programs. Okay, so in whatever ways that you feel like you're not self-sustainable, like maybe that's, you consider that abundance needs to be an outside source and now you become your own source of abundance, or wherever you're giving your power away. Well, maybe a lot of people want to start being sustainable with their land and food and in their community. It's going to be all about unplugging from 3D systems and programs across the board. And I don't really know what that means for me yet, but I'm excited. I know that I've already unplugged from the 9 to 5 and I am fully in like mode freedom, mode abundance, mode loving my life. But I feel like there are other ways where I am not sustainable on my own, right? And so when the system kind of crumbles or collapses, where does that leave me? And it's kind of like looking at, so it's like big picture, right? So basically 2023 is going to be people unplugging in a big way and in different ways from the 3D systems and programming. And I think that the first big major way really does need to be the 9 to 5 programming, because if you're reliant on a system for your lifestyle to sustain everything, like your food, to pay for everything, right? Your food, your clothing, the roof over your head, all of those things. That's kind of got to be the first one. So I would really tackle that. And then I feel like I really want to tackle like health, just turning to people within the spiritual community for that kind of stuff. Like coaches, mentors, health practitioners. That's all like, it's all very like holistic, natural. It aligns with my spiritual beliefs, and they understand energy. And they understand that it's not about treating the symptoms, it's about treating the origination point within me, which might just be an emotional wound that needs to be treated, and then the physical symptom dissipates. I can tell you how many times I've worked with people and had that happen, right? So just unplugging, right? Becoming self-sustainable. We don't need big pharma and all of these different things. Oh God, I shouldn't have said that. You really have to be careful what you say on YouTube. And what I just said, big, is like one of those words that will get you censored. So, and I wonder why, right? Anyway, let's not go there. Okay, so 2023, I would call it like a self-led movement. It's a self-led movement where the old paradigms and regimes are losing their hold. That mainstream fear frequency is losing its hold. Okay, so really big stuff for 2023. Now, I will say, and this is really important for you to know, even when you unplug and you rise above the mainstream fear frequencies, the old paradigms, even when, if you experience something that knocks you down a bit, okay, so maybe you've overworked yourself and now you're drained. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed because there's a lot going on within you, growth-wise, or without, whatever reasons that you might be feeling overwhelmed, drained. Maybe you get sick, you pick up, a virus, something, it makes you sick. Or maybe you're fighting with somebody that you love, you're having a fight or a disagreement. There are probably lots of other things too. But those kinds of things, they bring you down in frequency. Okay, it's nothing you've done wrong. It's totally natural and it's not your fault, and it really can't be avoided. I mean, maybe eventually we'll never be getting sick, but sometimes that still happens, right? Sometimes we still experience things that kind of like, or disappointment, something like that, and it just kind of knocks you down a little bit. When you get knocked down a little bit, you're going to notice, like I've been noticing, that is when shit hits the fan. That is when the psychic attacks, the nightmares happen. That is when suddenly you get pulled back into the political dramas, that mainstream fear frequency. That is when suddenly it seems like things that used to be like miraculously aligning in your life start to fall away. And you're like, wait a minute, where's it all going? All the stuff that I worked so hard for. I want you to, when you see like a bit of a crumbling, or you're receiving a bit of, how do we want to even, word this? Like if things are starting to crumble, if you're getting pulled back into old energies, if you're experiencing psychic attacks, things are falling apart in some way, and you're like, what the fuck is going on right now? And it's not eclipse season, because maybe that's what eclipse season felt like, and it's not that. I want you to look at, where have you been brought down? Where did your frequency and your energy get pulled down? Who's pulling you down, or what is pulling you down? And correct that, and it will all go back to normal. It will all melt away. Okay. Because when I am sick, drained, overwhelmed, not taking care of me, and just work, 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 that's when these things happen. That's when I get sick and my body's trying to tell me something like, calm down, put me first. That's when the psychic attacks happen. That's when things go awry in your personal life or with your finances, because it's all frequency. It's literally all frequency. This is how much your frequency determines your reality. It's so big, right? So I want you to know that that doesn't mean you've taken a step backwards in your spiritual awakening, in your growth, or in the unplugging or in the breakthroughs. It just means you're having a dip. Okay. And growth is not a straight line upwards. It is this, we have ups and downs on the way up. So just know that's normal, but also know that you are the one in control and in power of that. So if you're having a little dip, lots of stuff going on emotionally or whatever, and then everything starts to fall apart, focus on raising your frequency, not trying to fix everything, because that's pointless. There's no point trying to fix this that went wrong and fix this that went wrong when it's coming from your dip. Fix the dip, just raise your frequency, and all of that will magically fix itself. Okay, so don't strain and drain yourself doing that outside manipulation that does not work. It's the inside shifts and manipulation that need to happen. Okay, so in what ways can you raise your frequency? Like a nap, a meditation, a bath, some self-care, going for a walk, journaling, letting yourself have a cry to release, communicating with somebody, talking with somebody, dancing, singing, listening to music, eating a healthy meal, whatever does it for you. Like what makes you feel really, really good and is adding to you, right? Not binging Netflix. That might feel good. You might think that feels good, but that's actually an escape from reality, right? We all do that. Okay, we all do that, me included. However, I mean proactively raising your frequency, and that will take you right out of that dip, and that will take you right out of that crumbling tower moment of your life. Okay, good. So that's all I have for the November energy report. Okay, so thank goodness eclipse season is ending. We're going to be experiencing breakthroughs and major shifting this month to those that are willing to step outside of their comfort zone, to kind of push past that, taking action, prioritizing themselves. And you're going to feel that as the cracking away of limiting beliefs, the dawning new light of a new perception, new version of you, like getting clarity on who you really are and what you truly want, and then taking the steps to make that happen. And then those that are choosing to stay stuck and choosing not to look at their situation and themselves are going to start getting really uncomfortable and overwhelmed, because they need to have a breakdown to bring them to the breakthrough. But you don't have to do it that way if you don't want to. These are lasting shifts, because 2023 is a year of empowerment, where we are going to be unplugging across the board from 3D systems and programmings in a self-led movement of the spiritual community, where the old paradigm regimes and mainstream fear frequency are losing their hold on a large scale. Super exciting. I'm really, like, after doing this video, I'm more excited about 2023. I don't feel like it's going to be like the last 2 years. I know it's still going to be chaotic because there's a lot that's going to have to crumble, but it feels like you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? Like you can see that new earth civilization starting to form now, and we are all citizens of that, preparing ourselves, unplugging and becoming sustainable in every way, and supporting each other, right? So, I'm just so excited for that. November's going to be big, you guys. Let me know what you thought about this video in the comments below, and drop any video requests. I can give you a sneak peek of some videos that are coming up. So check out my Instagram page for some really powerful reels coming out lately about No Human Left Behind and the 5D myths. And I was also doing a reel about like good jobs for starseeds and all of this stuff about helping starseeds to set themselves free from the 9 to 5. So some videos that are going to be coming out are, I'm super excited about this one. A Soul's Journey Through the Universe, Busting the Ascension Myth. Okay, that's a big video coming out. This was the November energy report. I can tick that off my list. I'm doing a video on GFL corrupted, ? Lots of content and people and whispers going around the spiritual community about the Galactic Federation of Light being corrupted. Let's find out for ourselves together. Let's get the truth on that. I've downloaded a little bit about that video, but I want to go deeper before I talk about what actually came through. And then I want to be talking about another video about how God's source is in all things. It's not just about the light above us, but it's also in the shadows below and what true oneness is. And then another video coming out about the differences between 5D and 6D. Another one coming out about, is the starseed label, have we outgrown it? Is it limiting now? Do we need to move past this? So lots coming your way. Okay, so again, subscribe here to this channel. Follow me on Instagram for more. Check out the links below for how to work with me. Join the Starseed membership. Highly recommend that. And sign up for the email energy report. I'm sending out these really fire energy reports every single Monday, like really putting a lot of time into channeling these messages. So I really want to get that to as many people as I can. So please sign up for the email energy reports. It's totally free and it comes to you every Monday. Like the last one that I did was about Samhain, which was all about Halloween. And is it true that people say the veil is thinning and all these things? Like just so many things are coming through for that. And before that was a huge download about the eclipse season before we hit it. So it kind of gives you like a heads up about what's happening. So sign up for that for sure. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to go for now. I love you all so much. And please remember, listen to your heart and the quiet voice within. Because you are so much more than the body you are in. I love you, beautiful starseeds. Have a great day. Bye.